Welcome back, ladies, to your Dark Feminine Diary. This is where we discuss ways where you can tap into your dark feminine and live an abundant life. If you haven't watched my previous video on the games men play, I suggest you make time to watch that video. It explains why having an air of mystery is very important to the male psyche. One of the best strategies to disarm a man is to be mysterious by tapping into your dark feminine energy. Being mysterious is a great way to captivate a man's attention, leaving him fantasizing about you and trying to figure you out. Let's cover 7 ways to becoming more mysterious. Step 1. Don't reveal everything at once. Avoid oversharing about your personal life, past relationships, and intimate details too early. Gradually share more about yourself as the relationship progresses. This will be a balancing act because you want to give some information about yourself. The more vulnerable you are, the closer he feels to you. This requires you to strategically plan the details you are willing to tell. Only share information that he cannot turn around and manipulate you with. For example, let's say you don't have the best relationship with your dad. You wouldn't want to go on a date and tell them you have daddy issues or a strained relationship. You might want to say you're a daddy's girl, or you've learned a lot from your dad. You love your dad. You've learned so much from him. These statements give him a little bit of insight about your life, letting him know you have had a father figure in your life. It doesn't give him details on if that father figure made a good impact or a bad impact. It just simply lets him know you had a figure. Now, the details you won't reveal until later. Later on, once he's earned your trust and he's invested in you, key word, invested, you can then and only then reveal more details on your relationship with your dad. For example, I learned so much from him in the terms of the type of man I do and don't want. Or, I love him so much even though he battles with a substance abuse. Again, only become vulnerable with a man that has already earned your trust and invested in you. It's important that I stress the investment part. Men will discard things they do not invest in. If he's not willing to invest in you, he doesn't care about you. Step 2, limit social media exposure. Be very mindful of what you share on social media. You don't need to document every aspect of your life for the world to see. This will create a sense of curiosity about what you are really like. The more curious a man is, the more he wants to know you, and the more he is willing to invest. Step 3, be a good listener. Remember this, ladies, the one that talks the most loses. Encourage your date to talk about themselves and be an active listener. This way, you're collecting a lot of information about him. The more he talks, the more the truth will come out. A person can only lie or show you a fake facade for so long. The more he's talking, the more the truth will be revealed. In addition, showing genuine interest in his life will create a sense of mystery about your own. Once they finish talking about themselves, follow up with another question or a statement like, "Oh wow, I had a similar experience," or "I see exactly what you mean." This does not mean to agree with everything that he says. You don't want to do that. You're ultimately trying to show him you hear him, you can relate to him, or you have more questions because he's just so interesting. Either way, the more he talks, the more you are leading the date. Since human beings hate rejection, if you ask the right questions and let him talk, he will start to feel he needs to prove himself to you and impress you. At this point, your goal is to sit back and let him talk, revealing his true intentions. Step 4 is to ask open-ended questions. When you do share about yourself, use open-ended questions or statements to keep the conversation going. For example, instead of saying, "I love hiking," you could say, "I really enjoy exploring nature. Have you had any memorable outdoor experiences?" This way, you're steering the conversation by inviting them to ask more details and keep the conversation going. Step 5 is maintain some independence. Ladies, continue pursuing your own interest, hobbies, and friends outside of a relationship. This not only makes you more attractive, but also maintains a sense of individuality and mystery. A big no-no is always being available. You should be booked and busy with an array of things on your schedule. If he knows you are sought after, he will work hard to win you. When men ask, "Do you have plans this weekend?" they are really trying to figure out what type of girl you are. Are you the type to sit at home waiting for a man? Are you the type that has nothing and no one interested in her? Are you the type that can't even find a friend to go out with on the weekend? Or are you the type that everyone wants to be around? The fun girl, the entertaining girl, the lively girl, the girl of his dreams. Make sure you have a variety of things going on, such as brunch with the girls, a picnic in the park, dinner plans with friends, hanging out by the pool, spa days, going out of town, or even going shopping. You want to be the girl that he is begging for your attention. Now, it's important not to be too busy where he feels like you don't have time for him. This is a delicate balance. You want to be busy, but if he asks you early enough, you can fit him in your schedule. The goal of this is to have a healthy, well-rounded schedule that for the right person, you're willing to make time for. This makes him fight for your time and your attention because he knows it's valuable. He knows you're not sitting around waiting for him. You're sought after. He knows if he doesn't work hard to gain your attention, somebody else will. This will heighten your level of not only mystery, but desirability. There is nothing that men love more than a challenge. If it comes easy, they don't want it and will lose interest quickly. Step 6 is to flirt and tease playfully. Playful banter and teasing can add an element of mystery and excitement to your interaction. It keeps things light and fun, making your date wonder about your intentions and emotions towards them. And step 7 is to be confident and self-assured. Now, this is a given, but one that can't be understated. Confidence can be mysterious and alluring. When you're self-assured, it piques curiosity and makes you more attractive. Since the last 2 steps I glazed over, I will have a whole dedicated video on flirting and confidence just for you. So click here if you want to see more.